All right. Okay. So what we've got is we've got the Clubhouse app on, and I'm just going to turn it on and see if anyone actually listens in. So I may or may not be here, but I'll be listening in. So I'm going to turn this up and see if anyone clues in and listens.
On traffic, and they track over, like, I don't know, 30,000 journalists a day. The tech automatically sends it to them in combination with a PR pro that they've got, and creates a strategic pitch that goes right to the journalists exactly for what they're seeking at the relevant time. And I'm telling you, the pickup has been amazing. So I just wanted to throw that out.
Maury, can you please email introduce me to them? I just added you on here. I'll give you my email right now. It's Cameron at Cameron Herald. It's HEROLD.com. My EA will triage that.
Yeah, please shoot it to me in a DM or something. I'm nowhere where I can write anything down at the moment.
How do you DM off this? How do I DM off this?
Go to my Instagram and just DM me on Instagram. It's Maury1111.
Maury1111. Maury, could you please repeat the name of the app or the site?
Interdependence.
But I'll introduce you to the owner. He's a good friend, and I think you'll love it.
Hey, one quick app to add into this that's gotten us into all the major publications. I reached out to a journalist on LinkedIn, freelance journalist in major publications. I said, hey, can I buy 2 hours of your time? I'll give you $100 an hour for 2 hours. Can you help me create the perfect pitch? Not only did he create the perfect pitch for journalists, but he also created the perfect pitch for Haro. And still to this day, many years later, I sent him every single pitch, and now for free, because we built that relationship, and because I wasn't asking to be in publication, I was paying him for something. So now he goes over all our publications and just reworks it and creates that perfect pitch. So
amazing.
Wow. Hey guys, I want to just reset the room real quick, and everybody that's in here, you've been listening for a long time. Go ahead and take some deep breaths. Shake everything out, shake your arms, shake your body, just so that you can take in all this content. And I want to make sure that we are honoring the people that are trying to ask questions. We are not trying to jump over you. The app kind of moves people around. So with that, Caesar, if you have a question, please start your statement with, my question is, and Mariah, you're on deck. And everybody, we want to welcome you to the group. And if you guys do not have New Year's Eve plans, please hang with us. We will be bringing in the new year. We've already started, but we'll continue that. And we will be here until actually January 5th, because Kate and Daniel are trying to go for the marathon record of Clubhouse. So with that, Caesar, you have the mic.
Yeah, thank you so much. Good morning or afternoon to everyone. Happy New Year's Eve. Definitely, the question I have is, I'm looking to figure out how to monetize my podcast. I have over 100 and something episodes already live, and I know I've interviewed some of the great people here, like Zach. He's been in my podcast, and so I wanted to know, what might be a good way to start monetizing my podcast into 2021.
It's like having an audience, right? Every time you have an audience, you have three things you can do. One, you can sell sponsorship. So you can actually, for example, when I have events, I have thousands of people show up. I can charge a speaker to have a speaking slot. So that's one thing. Second thing is you can sell adverts. A friend of mine, Jay Shetty, he's got like 30 million people that follow him. So he'll do an interview with an A-list celebrity, and he'll sell ads in between the slots of that interview. So you can do that as well. Third thing to do, which I think is going to be big, and this is where I'm excited about Clubhouse. I was talking to Zach about this yesterday. That you imagine all those 150 episodes that you've got, and people pay you, I don't know, like say $10 a month. So you can actually start building a membership, and you can start monetizing, recording the podcast. I know, some of them are free right now, but you could actually charge people to do to get access to the recordings. So that's another thing you can do. Or you could, out of all the listeners you've got, all the speakers that you've had come on your podcast, you can run a virtual event and just charge, I don't know, $100, $200 a ticket for the event, have all these amazing speakers come up, and almost a little bit like what we're doing now, audibly, but in a virtual setting, and you can monetize it that way. So those are some ideas that we actually do.
And one of the things that you can also be able to do to add on top of that is, if you end up having a speaker on who does have like an improv product or course or something else like that, you can actually just request from them an affiliate link and be able to actually include it in the description of every single one of your podcasts. And as a result, you'll end up getting paid whenever anybody wants to know more.
And if you want to do ads and you're just starting out, go to podcorn.com, podcorn.com. That's actually how we first started monetizing. It's a marketplace where they're looking for, kind of like Haro, actually looking for podcasts to advertise. It's super easy.
Awesome. Definitely. Thank you.
DJ, do you feel like you're going to be able to go into 2021 with a little bit different perspective and have some new actions to take?
Definitely. I have a couple of ideas based on those responses and things that I'm already working on. So I think putting them together is going to help me really monetize the podcast. That's one of the things that I'm trying to do for the next year.
Awesome. Well, this one will be open until January 5th, but it will also have a club at some point. So please circle back around and let us know what you implemented. And we want to get you on the stage next year so that you're speaking up here with these speakers as well. Sound good?
Awesome. Definitely. Thank you.
All right. Good luck into 2021. Mariah, if you have a question, please start your statement with, my question is.
Hello. My question is, I want to say hello, first of all, and thank you guys for all of the incredible information. Like, I'm so on fire right now. But anyways, my question to you guys is, as a hairstylist right now, I'm kind of having trouble targeting my audience and how to brand myself. I've been an educator before, and when I've done public speaking, it's almost just to sell a product. Like, I'm very passionate about organic hair color, and that's what I was selling to the audience, which was other stylists. My question is to you guys, how did you guys segue your business, your brand, your whatever it is that you're selling, how did you segue that into public speaking, into you being the product, or you being the one that's sought after? Because right now I feel like the market right now is very saturated with, hairstylists. I'm trying to do an online course, and everybody's, doing balayage. Like, what sets you guys apart? Like, if I'm wanting to go into do like women empowerment, for example, like, how do you segue into that from going into a business that you're selling a product or services to selling yourself? I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, I can speak to this. So my advice on this is segueing from product sales to expertise sales is you're doing the same thing. You're solving a problem. So people get on stage when they're an expert at solving a specific problem better than somebody else, or creating a desired result, right? So it's all about your goal, whether you're solving a problem or creating a desired result. If you can become the definitive expert in your field, then you're going to get stage time.
Yeah, and it comes down to a decision. Sometimes it's like, oh, do I have to invest all these extra years in order to deserve the level?
All right, I'm just standing it down 1 second because I'm going to take a bathroom break and go and top up. So I don't know if anybody's actually watching this right now, if it's just me. There says one person on there. Maybe that's me. Who knows? But I'm going to keep it turned up, and I'll be back just to give you a reaction, and I'll check you out real soon.
I would probably love to have you on. Sometimes it'll be a preliminary phone call initially, but if you can start adding value in other people's audiences, that'll get the snowball effect going.
And then the question to ask here is, every time you get an opportunity, you say, is there anyone else that you can introduce me to? So when someone gives you a chance, no matter how small they are, you show up and you treat them like you are on Shark Tank, or it's the biggest stage of your life. And then when you're done and you perform, you say, is there anyone else that in your network that I could add value to? And when you do that, that's when your network starts to grow.
Okay.
That's phenomenal advice, Gary. Yeah, Gary, that's amazing. That reminds me, the first time that we got any TV time, we were working with a local PR agency, and then we soon started doing that ourselves. And one of the things that she told me, just stuck in my head for forever, is anytime you're working on stage or you're on camera or you meet a producer, keep their contact info, follow up, like remember them. Just take the how to win friends and influence people approach and just genuinely recognize them and be friendly, and you'll get more speaking gigs just that way too.
Okay, thank you so much.
There's also an old saying that rings very, very true, and it is build your own stage in order to get invited on others.
And that is so true. Even if your stage is small, you build your content, publish your content, build your following. And if you put on a small event, and let's just say there's 50 or 100 people there, but you pay some speakers, a decent amount and treat them very, very well to come speak at your event, I can assure you that will be reciprocated far quicker than you would imagine. Even if their stage is 100 times larger than yours, once you built your own and you invited other speakers to it, you will get the invitations for you to speak on their stage will flow very quickly.
Yeah, I did that back in 2013. I ran an event. I spent $100,000 in 2 days in South Beach. My speakers were Peter Shankman from Haro, Rand Fishkin, just top of the line people. My attendees in the audience were, billion-dollar companies. And what it did is it opened the door. Yesterday, I have a new podcast coming out in January. Yesterday, I interviewed Rand Fishkin. And at the end of the interview, when I asked Rand if there was anything I could do to help him, he said, Gary, women of diversity are super important to me. When I left Moz, and if you don't know Moz is doing, $45-50 million a year in annual revenue, search engine software company. He said, when I left Moz, I proposed 2 women of diversity to join their board, and they were both accepted. Gary, I have 10 amazing female entrepreneurs of diversity, including the 2 women that sat on the board of Moz that I would love to personally introduce you to for your podcast. Would you be willing to accept? And obviously, I graciously accepted. So that was the relationship that I started. It's a conference I ran in 2013. So guys, these relationships, they last forever as long as you keep them intact.
Wow, Mariah, that got to give you something to go into the new year with.
Yes, most definitely. A lot more inspired. I mean, I think it's basically just putting yourself out there. Like, I know I've got the information. I just need to find a way to relate to other people with like-minded interests.
Yeah, that's what I said before. You got to declare yourself ready. If you're holding yourself back, occasionally in these rooms, we start talking about the mindset piece, and people think it's all strategy. Once you realize there's so much in our mind, a lot of times that's holding us back. You have to declare yourself ready. Okay, right. So I've just been told that this might be against the Clubhouse terms and conditions. So I'm going to end that. But I just wanted to let you guys know, as far as Clubhouse goes, right, you got to think about it, right? So if you're not on Clubhouse right now, there is only really one way to get in, and there's a second way to get in, but let's just go through the first way. The first way is invite only, right? So I just wrote this little thing on Quora actually, so I'm just going to talk you through it. So right, well, why this is still a new platform for most people, it can be incredibly addictive, and I've heard people like saying they didn't sleep at all, they were still on there the whole time, right, all through the night. And I can understand why, because when you're getting connected and you do see all these amazing people online, it can be very, very addictive, because ordinarily you wouldn't get to hear these people unless they, you were into their paid programs. And it's not the sort of stuff that you find on YouTube normally. It is the stuff that they would put into their paid programs. So just think about this, right? Everything that you find on YouTube mostly is kind of like outlines. It's not the, it's kind of like the 50,000 foot view of things. And it's only when you buy their programs then you get the how to do it, right? This is like, so I'm just going to go into it, right? So as it's invite only, you do need to ask around until someone has an invite to get you in, right? However, once inside, you only get one personal invite to begin with. And it might sound crazy, but there are a few ways to get more invites. Plus, if you keep reading, and again, this is on Quora, so I'm just reading back what I put on there. There's a backdoor to get more invites. So the best way to get more invites is actually to use a platform, right? And that is obvious, but just hanging around and listening isn't going to get you rewarded by Clubhouse with more invites. So here's how to get more. Right, number one, host a room. Now, ideally set these up on the Clubhouse calendar so people will be aware it's coming up. Post a time, name of the room if you like,
on other social media platforms to make sure you're not just talking to yourself. You know, utilize your email list and everything else that you can. I can see there is at least one more person on there. So drop a comment. Let me know where you're listening in from, right? So just so that I know I am not seriously talking to myself here. And okay, right. So and get on the mic. If you're a speaker, then Clubhouse will start gifting more invites too. Now, in large rooms, this might actually be really hard. So aim for smaller rooms. So rooms that have got like less than 20 people in there, because there's a good chance the moderators are going to bring you up and you can raise your hand and you can start speaking. And if they make you a moderator as well, that's going to help as well. So you're going to start getting more invites by doing that way as well. It's almost like crazy right now because people are so desperate. The FOMO going out there for people that aren't in Clubhouse versus the people that are in Clubhouse is crazy. And I see this. I posted it on my Facebook earlier on. I think it was yesterday. Oh, Lisa's here. Hey, Lisa, how you doing? Yeah. So if you listen back, I was just I literally just I was on Clubhouse app, right, and I turned up my volume, put it next to the mic, but I was just talking to a friend of mine, Corey, and he told me that's against their terms and conditions. So I thought, whoa, shit, I don't really want to do that. I might get banned. So let's not do that again. So yeah, so getting on the mic, if you're a speaker, then Clubhouse will start gifting more invites to you. And we said that in large rooms it's going to be hard, but if you are if you're in a smaller room, then you can go ahead and get bumped up sometimes to being a speaker or a moderator. And the more times you are doing this as well, the more chance that Clubhouse will reward you with more invites. Yeah. And to invite people in, they have to be in your contacts on your phone. So it does mean giving out those people giving out your actual cell number, right? And for a lot of people, everyone knows that giving out an invite or making a friend request on Facebook is, nothing. But giving someone your cell number is slightly different. It's a little bit more personal. So that's why I think there's kind of like a little bit of a bottleneck for some people, I'm sure. I mean, I've had people before saying, oh, I can send you an invite. All I need is your cell number. And I was like, I really don't want to give you my cell number. Not because I don't like you. It's just because I really don't want to give out my cell number, right? So it's kind of like, oh, no, won't do that. And yeah, so that's one way to do it. And another thing as well with Clubhouse itself, on your personal sort of like bio profile, whatever you want to call it, you can put your Instagram and also your Twitter accounts on there. Now, I was talking to Kevin and Stephen, and he said that he found a back door on this. So if you follow that person on Instagram and Twitter and you're in their contacts, then that might actually get that person an extra invite in. So you might be able to then say, okay, right, well, I follow you on Facebook. Follow you on Instagram. I follow you on Twitter. I'm in your phone contacts. That might then add extra invites in. And I'm just going to try and work through this now and see if there are more invites that I can add out there. I'm just looking through the app now and it says, okay, right, well, this person followed me, that person followed me, fine. Another group, how to enroll 10K, 30K, 100K clients from one call. That's scheduled at 8 p.m. tonight. So I may be getting on that because I've got fuck all else to do on New Year's Eve, but shh, don't tell anybody. Okay, it's a secret. Right, so let's see, let's go to here. All right, okay, so at the moment it says that I have no more invites ready. So that means I've got to get speaking on more groups. I've got to, more rooms, if you like. I've also got to make sure that I am speaking on other rooms as well. So I'm going to work on that because I know there's a bunch of people out there who really want to get on and they're not on there yet. So I will try my best to get as many invites as possible and we'll crack on from there. But I'm going to end the stream now, mainly because There's not a lot of people been on there, but also as well, you never know. So Happy New Year, everybody. Yes, I do. Your stream will immediately stop. You no longer get to live. Yes. Okay. Goodbye.